Hello, fine folks. This is Freedom Fighter, and today is Thursday, August the 15th, 2024, and I'm your host of Goldilocks Global Banking News. Today, Goldilocks has shared some huge information that will help us understand how, one, the security of our banking system is of top priority, which means that the security of our exchanges and our money in the banking system is top priority so that no one is able to access our funds on the new quantum financial system. And then also, Goldilocks shares information globally on what's happening in the shipping ports and arenas around the world, where the new ISO codes and digital codes are being implemented into the system. And of course, with these shipping ports and these codes that are being integrated into the system, it affects the countries that are trading around the world amongst each other, which of course affects the currencies from which we hold. As well, then Goldilocks shares the nationalizing of our economy through the U.S. Treasury. Let's jump right into it. So I had my conversation with Goldilocks this morning, and we're going to go through this in a pretty decent time frame and help you understand. Today, after working with the world's best cryptographers for nearly 10 years, the National Institute of Standards and Technology announced three new standards, which is 203, 204, and 205, that describe three new encryption algorithms designed to protect against the threat of quantum computers. Remember, the quantum computers is what our new banking system will be running on, which is the quantum financial system. So, with our funds being on the quantum financial system, although secure as a blockchain, this is the additional security being implemented to protect our funds in the quantum financial system, therefore protecting our money once we exchange in as well. Federal Information Processing Standards is a key encapsulation mechanism. Basically, it is a set of algorithms that allows two parties to establish a shared secret key over a public channel. So two parties can be you and someone else that you're sending money to. It can be you and the bank that you're exchanging your currency at. Each specific digital signature schemes, they are used to detect unauthorized modifications to data and to authenticate the identity of digital signatures of two parties. So this is to make sure that only you and only you, and the party and only that party you wish to transact and do business with, only the two of you have secured keys to digital signatures to do business with each other. When you go to the bank and exchange your currency, you are one party, that bank is another party, and there are security measures on both sides digitally to assure that your transaction is safe, secure, and your money within the system is safe and secure. We have one of our beautiful members named Brunette Grand who works for a banking institution who as well shared with us that now at her bank of which she uh, works at, has she shared some amazing information that a lot of people may not be aware of, but she shared that at her institution, her banking institution, they now have implemented fingerprint and facial recognition along with text banking. We're moving into a new digital era, ladies and gentlemen, where there's more secure banking on the digital platform, the quantum financial system. And there's measures that are being implemented to assure our security. Goldilocks continues. These standards specify key establishment and digital signature schemes that are designed to resist future attacks by quantum computers, which threaten the security of current standards. The three algorithms specified in these standards are each derived from different submissions to the NIST Post-Quantum Cryptography Standardization Project. These standards allow us to sign in securely with another computer and move forward with our new quantum financial system. They were registered. This is key to understand. Here we have regulations. They were registered in the Federal Register on August the 14th, yesterday. And the implementation process of integration for these protocols also began yesterday. The standards give us the security we did not have in previous computer programs on the old financial system. Of course, designed to keep our banking. This is designed to keep our banking and e-commerce systems safe, secure, and protect our money in the new quantum financial system and protect our exchanges on the quantum financial system. Goldilocks then talks about the container traders around the world. This is where Goldilocks talks about watch the water. Because the currencies we hold, those countries around the world that do trade amongst each other, now moving to their own local currency, to their own currencies, which are some of the currencies we hold. This is how the value of those currencies can now begin to take form to real values. Container traders are bracing for potential regulatory changes and price hikes, with many expecting continued volatility in the coming weeks. The overestimation of strong consumer demand has resulted in overstocked retail inventories. We've observed for some time now that actual consumer demand hasn't experienced a significant spike, thereby allowing retailers and importers ample time to restock before their new cycle. The market outlook is this: as we approach the peak season of container shipping trades, the shipping industry is facing strong headwinds. There are two strong headwinds approaching within weeks of this writing today on August the 15th, 2024. The first one is a gradual correction in supply and demand. Remember, the value of currency is going to be based on supply and demand, ladies and gentlemen, not a poof, all of a sudden switch and there's a price on a currency. No, it's supply and demand. So Goldilocks is sharing. The first one is a gradual correction in supply and demand coming that's attributed to a lack of demand of goods and services. This is expected to stabilize a more consistent set of rate patterns for us in the second half of this year. In 2021, we began talking about bilateral trade agreement shifts taking place and the rerouting of shipping patterns to meet the needs of countries forming partnerships in a more regional area. This is why we've been sharing with you, and Goldilocks has made it a point for you to understand the agreements, the contracts that Iraq and many countries, Vietnam and others, have been signing around the world for trade agreements, because these trade agreements will affect large in part the supply and demand of the currencies that we hold. This has created a global shift in the container price sentiment. Shipping prices are now expected to normalize to lower ranges in the coming year. We are witnessing a dramatic increase in trades in the Far East. Many of the currencies we hold, ladies and gentlemen, are in the East. There is not much movement in the Northern Europe to the U.S. the East Coast as a trade since April the 1st, 2024. But this is changing in the coming weeks as the U.S. elections will bring a new monetary policy changes. This is where, pay attention, this is the technical term for the revaluation. Goldilocks shares. This is where credit valuation adjustments, along with new regulations, will cause a reset in the global economy. New ISO digital codes have come into play in the movement of products in the shipping industry, along with new ISO codes for new monetary values. Goldilocks shared several weeks ago the new ISO digital codes that we're paying attention to, integrating into the new digital quantum financial system. These changes are simply waiting for new rates and implementation. The new digital asset-based trading system, which is the QFS, has been integrated during this time, and the formation of new price patterns will begin to create enough clarity for shipping trades that make up 80% of foreign currency exchanges around the world on a daily basis. Each of these changes will make it necessary for a repricing or a reset event to occur, And we pay attention as more continued testing is done throughout the global banking system. Pay attention as we move forward. Goldilocks shares that we are witnessing several articles these days regarding tokenizing treasuries around the world. Treasury bonds are important because they promote stability, liquidity, and ease of conversion into cash. This is where the nationalization of our economy is coming into effect. This is something very heavily that Jester has covered as well, especially coming from the U.S. Treasury. Treasuries help more than often. It helps to move the market and supplies the banking system with liquidity. What's liquidity? Cash flow. So treasuries help to supply the banking system with cash flow coming from various areas of liquidity and movement, whether it's treasury bonds, digital assets, precious metals, paper assets. The treasury bonds are moving. Folks, this concludes today's episode of Goldilocks Global Banking News. We ask that you take this information. If you have questions, come into the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room, where we'll be more than happy to assist you and answer any questions you have. We love you. We appreciate you. We hope that you receive some unconditional love, in turn do the same for someone else. Be well. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.